Hello and welcome to a brand new week. This is the breakfast show on TSL Nigeria TV. And today on the show, we will be discussing matters on ground around Nigeria. And I will be looking at politics, we'll be looking at security, we'll be looking at leadership and everything that comes in between. My name is Faith Imai. I'm joined by my co-host. I get to introduce them after this time out. Stick around. Welcome back. Still matters on ground on the breakfast show on TSL Nigeria TV. My name is Faith Imai and I'm joined by my co-host, very pretty ladies in the house this morning. Most of them have given up already. Some of them are still hoping that Nigeria can get better in terms of leadership. I have Favor Ovienlova. How are you doing this morning? And of course, Osasoge IBE. How are you doing?
Fine,
hope you had a well, restful weekend.
Yeah, I could say that.
I tried my best, but this chase for money will not keep me, will not give me sleep.
The hustle is real.
The hustle is real. As far as you're in Nigeria, you have to hustle. I saw a post where the federal government said that the reason why most Nigerians are succeeding abroad is because of the good training they have received in Nigeria. And I did not know how to take this information.
I was like, okay.
I was like, okay, so this off head thing is really a thing. Oh. So you can actually add it in your CV. You can actually say, I've lived in Nigeria for 10 years, for 15 years. Then if you go outside Nigeria, people can say, you can endure pain. You'll probably be hardworking.
You know what hardship is all about.
It's a plus, if you ask me. All right, let's go straight to some of the events that took place last week. Now, the 6th of November, we saw the Anambra State gubernatorial election. I would have said it was keenly contested, but the results of the election showed that whoever won was actually the people's choice, quote unquote. Okay. Now we saw Charles Soludo, former CBN governor, emerge winner under the umbrella of ABGA, and we saw Andy Uba of the APC saying that he would get his victory back by challenging. He will get his victory by challenging Charles Soludo in court, and he will return the mandate back to himself. And I'm like, okay, what is it with most of these politicians, especially aspirants, with losing an election and just assuming that they were robbed of their victory? But anyways, before we go straight into that, what do you make of the Anambra election? Do you think it was free and fair?
I would say, considering the challenges they faced even before the election, they had issues like their INEC office was burnt. We saw armored tanks gaining entrance into Anambra State as if, it was another Sambisa forest. We had the issues of the IPOB seat at home. So there were so many issues here and there, before the election. And one would think, the election might not even hold. To see that people of Anambra State still came out in their numbers, not so much, compared to the number of accredited voters.
Yes.
And one would say it was a fair one. It was okay, and their voices were heard. They voted for who they wanted, and we hope that it stays that way.
Did you see Charles Soludo emerging as winner?
I did, because ABGA, they have a long track, history in Anambra State, unlike Imo and Abia State. So, when it comes to state election, other parties are flexible, unlike presidential, national election, where you have only two prominent parties. So it's a win-win for them. We congratulate them.
Also, do you think it was free and fair?
Well, first of all, I would say I was impressed by the general outcome of the election. Just like she said, prior to the elections, Anambra was more or less like a war zone. Yeah. So a lot of us expected violence. We expected a major blowout for Nigeria and the entire Southeast. Thank God that did not happen.
Yeah.
But then again, the question of whether the election was free and fair, well, I would say it is what it is. Yes. So if they say it was free and fair, then maybe it was actually free and fair. But we're in Nigeria, and we're always expecting for that other shoe to drop. So until that happens, it's safe to say it was free and fair.
Because Andy Uba of the APC is saying that it's impossible for him not to win any of the LGAs. And it was surprising to me as well. Like we had, the APC aspirant, the PDP aspirant win some local government areas. And APC did not win any local government areas. So he thinks that there's something fishy. Unlike Favour thinking that it was free and fair. And Uba of the APC thinks it was not free and fair. And also some people have said that he was, you know, cheated by the party. That a lot of people lied to him because they already know that Abga has a stronghold in Anambra. They deceived him into, you know, spending money and coming out to contest for the election. Now he wants to drag Abga and Charles Soludo to court, saying that he has to, you know, return his mandate back to himself by, you know, winning in court. We've seen these things play out. For some states, it actually ends well. We know how it ended in those states. Need more say more. No need to say much. But do you think the same will be applicable in Anambra? Do you think he's taking a step in the right direction?
You know, like according to the Anambra campaign team, you know, they said they cited so many irregularities here and there. There were intimidation. They had some polling units that the number of votes that were counted superseded the number of accredited voters. They had situations where, you know, the system wasn't working and INEC had to, you know, do it manually and all of that. All the complaints here and there. See, it has become a tradition in Nigeria where the sole loser, you know, heads to court, because one would think, you know, PDP will want to do this because at least they're in second position, not you third in position, not even close.
But I think that the trend of dragging the winner to court and also one of the losers calling the winner to congratulate, I think he actually applied in this Anambra election because we saw the PDP gubernatorial aspirant call Charles Soludo to congratulate him on his victory, and a lot of people came out to commend him and say as he should. But we see APC dragging him to court, which of course this is right as well. So if he's not satisfied with the victory,
this court proceedings, if you don't include it in the election process, then it's not complete.
It's not complete. It's not well contended.
The court has to be involved. You know, lawyers have, you know, they need to grease their pants and all of that. So let's wait, and we are hoping and praying that what happened in Imo, you know, where the fourth, you know, became the first, you know, doesn't happen in Anambra. But I'm very sure that Anambra people will not allow that to happen.
Okay.
Okay, so Soge, do you think he took, talking about Anambra right now, do you think he has taken a step in the right direction?
Well, just like you said, it is right. And one of the beautiful things about democracy is that when you feel like you are being cheated out of your rights, you have every opportunity to go ahead to seek redress within the confines of the law, right? But then again, sometimes we so want to win badly that we tend to neglect all the facts presented before us. So I would say if he thinks that going to court is the right step in the right direction, then fine, you should go ahead with it. But you should also keep an open mind and trust the system enough to accept whatever verdict that is being given finally, because some people are just dramatic and they keep dragging this case and it will never end.
True. But I think those winners, who, especially gubernatorial aspirants who actually emerged winners that were dragged to court and still won the court case, they should have one feather hanging on their head to prove that they've been through the fire and they came out not burnt.
I would say that's very rare. That's very rare cases, because the Supreme Court these days have become the INEC, so to speak, because your PVC does not matter anymore in the Supreme Court. So they install who they want to be governor or president. So I think Supreme Court is the new INEC that we have. So
the new INEC.
Because now when you are going for an election, they include, you know, the Supreme Court, they include court proceedings, you know, in the election process. They know that it either favors them in the election or in the Supreme Court. Okay,
so you know the reason why we are mentioning election right now is because everybody's anticipation is high, considering 2023 election, finally a breath of fresh air for somebody like me. No apologies, I cannot wait. But the question is, when I'm breathing that fresh air I'm trying to inhale some fresh air, how long am I going to inhale this fresh air for? Because I've seen a lot of Nigerian youths come out to say that we need better leaders, we need something different in 2023, but from what I'm seeing behind the scenes, is a whole lot of recycling going on. So I really don't know what to expect in 2023. Fingers crossed, prayers up, and let's just see what happens. All right, so moving away from the Anambra elections, let's quickly talk about Abdul Rashid ex-Pencom boss's sentence, 8 years imprisonment. I don't know how I took it. I don't know if some people were excited about it, but I think, of course, it was a good thing, step in the right direction. Finally, we saw justice served. But the question I'm asking right now is he really going to serve that time in a prison cell? Or he's probably playing according to Soge? And I read, if you are a King of Boys fan, you understand exactly what we're talking about. Or he will play an array on us.
Well, we don't know. We don't know what to say about situations like that. Just like I said, this is Nigeria, and as Nigerians, we always keep an open mind. And just like I was saying before the tapes started rolling, we hear of situations where they say they've arrested somebody of high status or caliber, and the person is being tried, and the person, okay, has been sentenced, but there's no follow-up to that story. Last. So we don't know whether, okay, the press took it initially that this person was arrested and sentenced to so and so jail term. But we don't know if the person is actually lounging in the house or he's just in one confined space waiting waiting for the tenure to pass, and then he'll show face. So I really don't know, but we want transparency. So we want to see follow-up stories. We want to see results. Pictures.
Yeah.
Not I think the array kind of situation.
Well, they can organize pictures. So let me not just say this is Nigeria, because we still have some very straightforward people. It's the federal government, and this is what they are used to. So the people I'm more concerned about right now are the, people the pensioners who have actually, lost their lives in the process of, looking for... I know a lot of civil servants and how passionate they are about their pension and their gratuity and everything. They just feel like civil service work is the Lord's work. Don't worry. When I retire at age 60 or 65, whatever age, by the time they pay me my pension and my gratuity, I'll buy my first land and build my first house. I'll drive a car of my choice. Don't worry, my child, I'll send you abroad. I see a lot of people building, their future on their pension at a point where they are supposed to be resting. And we saw this man talking about the ex-Pencom boss, Abdul Rashid Mena, embezzle this money that belongs to these people. And some people died, some of these pensioners died without, getting these benefits of them. Favor, do you think the federal government should do something about this? Or it's just an issue of, it's a fraudulent activity, we've sentenced him to 8 years, can everybody go home and sleep? What about the families of these people that actually are solely dependent on that money?
See, Faye, this is not the first time we're going to be recovering funds. That's if he eventually pays. We've had a situation where we recovered funds, looted funds that was looted out of Nigeria, recovered. I'll ask you, as of today, where are those funds? What were they used for? We only hear that they were recovered and nothing more. Now, this Mena's issue, I see it as one that from tomorrow is going to be like a backstory. We're not going to hear about it again. Now, the families, nothing is going to be done about it. I'm not even sure they have a record of the people that actually owns this money, the rightful owner of this money. So this is Nigeria, Faith. I'll keep saying this is Nigeria, and nothing. So
should we get used to the fact that nothing will be done? And sometimes they act movies because there's something also that happened recently. A reporter was killed, was missing for some days, and later found dead, and then an arrest was done, and a driver came out to say it was a hit and run, he hit the guy, and a lot of things were not adding up. And I keep telling myself, why, especially the police force, sometimes they're the ones that actually, they are really good with this cover-up thing. Why do they always do this thing, try to cover up a situation and close a story? Also, the story of the young lady in Akwa Ibom State, that was the job seeker in Akwa Ibom State that got raped and killed. I'm only hearing that the suspect is pleading not guilty right now after confessing to the crime. And also several other things that have happened in recent times. So I just feel like they're acting a move. They know what they are doing, but the lack of conscience and lack of human sympathy and empathy makes the government do a lot of things. The people in position do a lot of things to the laymen. So right now, like you said, if there is no plan, or maybe there is a plan for these people to get their money, what are the chances that somebody else will not take from it? That is what I need to understand. But this time around, maybe the person will not step on toes. The person will not be too greedy. The person will just take a little and sprinkle the rest. Then they will now organize interview for those who have benefited, and the newspaper pages, they are saying, okay, I benefited, my dad died as a pensioner, I've collected the money, this is the 5 million, this is the 6 million, and then everything is done. Everything is done. So do you think that all of these arrests right now, considering everything that has happened, we've been crying for justice, this one happened, this one did not happen, now suddenly they are arresting politicians, they are arresting them, people in authority, they are arresting them, they are trying them and sentencing them. Do you think this is a build-up to 2023, trying to clear their name? Talking about the current administration, do you think they're trying to clear their name, or you think they are just doing what is right because they know what to do?
Well, if we're going to say that, if we're going to toe the line of they are doing what is right because they know what to do, why now? That's the question. Then again, I would say it's safe to say that they're trying to clear their name, because this present administration, we heard lots of promises. We're still waiting for the major positive change to happen. So we had lots of promises, and 2023 is just around the corner, and it's like, okay, they want to do one final act of service to show us that we are working, you know, you can still trust us for the upcoming election. What happened to the poverty alleviation scheme that was promised? SAPA is still in town.
They're alleviating people. They said they were going to train 1,800 people
So any member of your family among those 1,000
POS, yes, they are going to give them startup capital of 20,000 naira, an umbrella, and furniture. Yes, that's what they said. And they also, there's still the trader money, 10,000 naira, 5,000 naira for market women. So I can say they are actually alleviating poverty.
Oh, wow.
They are not doing anything. They're not doing anything.
This is me being sarcastic, of course. This is me being sarcastic. And you also hear and see the government say stuff like, there are no jobs. Go and become an entrepreneur. Learn a skill. And then if I want to travel out of the country, they're telling me not to travel. I'm seeing on the news right now that Nigerian doctors that were trained should serve for 9 years before they think of traveling. Then I saw someone wrote something that caught my attention. I said, okay, Nigerian leaders should be treated by those doctors that they were trained. They should not seek medical help abroad. It's not a problem. If you want us to serve, if you want the doctors and medical personnel to serve for 9 years in the country, you too seek medical help from them.
Exactly.
Don't go outside to seek medical help. Why are you going outside? You're claiming that all the talents are here, the skills are here, and everything is here. So why are you going outside? All right, let's finalize with the story of Lucky Minigion. Currently in the net of the EFCC. I've tried to check for follow-up on that particular information, but I'm sure he's still being drilled by the EFCC, of course, 1 billion naira fraud allegation. Some people are saying that the money, 1 billion, sounds too small. That because of the kind of projects that he did after the story of the fraud allegation came out, is beyond 1 billion. So do you still think that this is another build-up to 2023, or this is just, it's time for us to deal with Lucky Igbenedion once and for all?
So, you know, anything in Nigeria, there must be something behind that you do not know, that we, the common man, do not know. We cannot see. They have agenda, they have plans. They have
the president and the presidency.
Yes, they have what they are working towards. Ours is just to hear the story and wait for what happens next, and nothing happens next. For this Lucky Igbenedion's story, I remember 2007, they said he was called in for questioning too, and he was offered a fine of 3.5 million naira,
as opposed to 6 months,
or 6 months, or bag a 6 months jail term. And I was asking, why? Someone that embezzled money in millions, you are giving him a 3.5 million naira fine or 6 months jail term, and he got out of that, and now we're seeing this after so many years. So I really don't know what the Nigeria government is up to. We don't know what they're up to, but we know with time it's going to unfold.
Let's hope it unfolds. Any final thoughts for young Nigerians who still believe that something good can come out of the country? I still believe, though.
Okay, so I wouldn't be one to sit here and trample on your optimism. So I would say that if you believe that Nigeria is going to be, well, better in the next, say, 25 years, well, kudos to you. But I hope as a Nigerian, you're also taking right steps, making right decisions. So you're not just chilling in one corner, waiting for the savior to come and rescue everyone. So you're just saying, since our leaders are bad, make we kukuma spoil the country now. When the savior come, everything go better. You should also make conscious efforts to try and make things better. If you see people doing things that seems suspicious around you, then you should report. But then again, some people go and report and it tie them. So, well, we're keeping our fingers crossed and hoping, but as we're waiting for that time to come, we're still trying to put in our best as responsible Nigerians. Yes,
I agree with you. But one issue is that we don't keep recycling, because, like I said, the two prominent parties in Nigeria in terms of nationals has to do with PDP and the APC, and we have recycled leaders here and there. So then, if we have a different party where other parties are flexible in terms of state elections, I think there we can begin to talk about, having something positive coming out in 2020.
I think the responsibility starts with you and I. We should all try as much as possible to be responsible. Whether you like it or not, it's a jungle out here in Nigeria. Yes. I just saw a report this morning of a former governor of Lagos State saying that he doesn't know what happened to the camera he found at Lekki toll gate. That the video showed him hand it over to the Lagos State government, that nobody should ask him, he doesn't know. The moment we start taking responsibility, I think a lot of our questions will be answered already. The moment he handed that camera over to the Lagos State government, you should have asked what came out of the camera. What did you guys find? What footage did you see? But according to him, he handed it over and he went home to sleep. So I think it's just a jungle. The survival is for the fittest. So whatever it is you're doing as a Nigerian, this is coming from me, honestly. Just make the right decisions. Protect your peace, your mental health, very important. And make the right decisions. And do not expect anything much, from your country. Then they used to say, don't think of what your country can do for you. Think of what you can do for your country. My brother, think of what you can do for yourself, because it's truly a jungle out here. That's as much as we can take on the show today. Thank you so much for sticking with us. We are back on Wednesday with Hot Stuff Wednesday. Do not forget to follow us on all our social media platforms at TSL Nigeria TV on Facebook and Twitter, and at TSLNigeria.tv on Instagram. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, TSL Nigeria Space TV. Don't forget to like this video and drop a comment. Until we come your way again next time, my name is Faith Imani. Toodles.
Stay connected to TSL Nigeria and get updates on the go all day, every day. Subscribe to our YouTube channel on TSL Nigeria Space TV and join our online family.